a practical spiritual approach to any and every problem in life. Here I am analyzing the thoughts of a number of thinkers. This is a work in motion. I am incorporating the thoughts of many other thinkers, but at this time I have integrated the contents from two thinkers, primarily Dr. Wayne Dyer and Emmett Fox. I have reorganized their thoughts regarding the exact same thing, and I'm presenting them here in several simple steps for your convenience and benefit. Number one, changing the way that you look at problems and see them. Most of us begin this conversation as victims, and every conversation as a victim of whatever is going wrong lately. The first real shift to thinking and talking spiritually is to stop seeing yourself as stuck and start seeing yourself as someone who has access to something larger, a larger power source, and real solutions. The problem is not a solid thing sitting out there. For everything is spiritual in nature. It was created spiritually before it was created physically. So it's mostly just a mental story you've been feeding with a lot of bad things like fear, worry, and your constant attention. This essential paradigm shift from victim to a clear observer, and then to an endowed disciple who has access to and can plug into an unlimited spiritual source. This will give you a new perspective and ultimately more options, as well as open the door to correct thinking and the chance for real communication with the divine source, your creator, and the ultimate problem solver. Stop judging everything by appearances and the outward, including your latest illness, the lack of whatever you don't have in life, the mess of whatever's going on lately. Those are the end result. Those things can change, and they do change. What you're looking for, you should be searching for, is the cause. Because when you change the roots, the effect, the fruit, is naturally different. That also changes. What is eternal and lasting is the goodness and order that already exists. A helpful picture to make a point. Close your eyes right now, wherever you are, unless you're driving, and hold out your hand. Point in any direction. Could be what you think is north. Could be what you think is south-southwest. It doesn't matter, because that direction where your finger's going, that's your personal opinion. That's your definition of the latest fear. Now open your eyes and look at a compass, noticing where is true north. When you shift and you turn, as you often do, true north stays in the same place. Your vantage point is changing. So that's the idea here. Your personal vantage point is always changing, whereas unchanging principle represents true north. It's always the same. It's based on truth. Principles are based on eternal truths. Don't fight the problem. Don't obsess over it. That's an illusion. That's a natural result of something else. It doesn't even truly exist. It's not the true root. For if you resist, it persists. You give it power to exist. Through your resistance and through your attention. Of course, ignoring problems don't make it go away. That doesn't work either. There's a balance. If it's fear, notice it, identify it, then deliberately stop feeding it power by analyzing, replaying the scene or your imagination over and over. Utilize your imagination for more profitable things. And let the doubt and fear know that you recognize it and you see it. You can thank it and you say, thank you, fear. I see you. I notice you. Thank you, subconscious, my subconscious character. You nasty character, you. But thank you for awakening me to the possibilities. All these bad things. And then speak and proclaim your position of strength based on principle and endless truth. You can let it know that you no longer need it because you have a better option now. You have access to an infinite power that knows exactly what you need. Bingo. You got it. One step. Okay? That was the first thing, number one, that you can do is change the way you see the nature of problems. Okay? Now, we're going to move on to number two, which is the simple core practice of our discipline. When the difficulty shows up, and uncomfortability, difficulty, inconvenience, bad shit, it always does show up. Okay? When it does, this is what you do. Right away, immediately. At the get-go. First, stop thinking about the problem. Don't dwell on it. Don't try and solve it. Don't try and argue with it. Don't try and figure it out in that moment. Just buy yourself some time and space. Interrupt it. Redirect. 转移. Okay? Interrupt the focus. What you're focusing on. Okay? Just like you're driving. If you focus on a car wreck right next to you, you're going to be part of that car wreck. You got to look beyond it. You got to have something different to focus on. And what you want to focus on is the divine. Okay, so turn your attention to God, the Spirit, the one true source. He that knows what the root is, the Spirit that can allow you to have the gift of discernment. Mentally, fill your mind with what is true and good. Just like immediately turn and shove your consciousness full of God, full of love, full of God is intelligence. God is presence. God is power. God is with me right now. God can never fail. God is all-knowing. God is all-powerful. God is the divine. Just keep repeating these things. Expand it and repeat it until your mind feels saturated with that, and the problem has fled, like it's split, gone. When you focus on God, you place your attention, all of your consciousness, on Him, on His greatness. Everything else flees. What remains is in alignment. And then be still. Calm. Racing thoughts? Gone. Seek and enter into meditative tranquility. The peace of the moment. Quote, "Be still and know that I am God," unquote. Let the mental noise quiet down so something higher, a higher vibration and frequency, can move in you now. Use the power of prayer. You need a prayer that you have to, a go-to prayer of united refocus. I have one. If you need, you can use mine. Use it to draft your own. You need it in writing, in words that you can refine, that you can consider, that you can sculpt to be beautiful and perfect, to refocus and redirect your attention during times, moments of stillness like this. It's only a couple minutes that you can take out of your day, this prayer, but it will bring you the space that the Almighty requires to communicate with you. That in itself is worth everything. Now think about this in 3 clear steps. Number 1, confession. Admit that there is an infinite divine power that can handle this and that can handle any problem at any time. Praise that power, that infinite power, that creative power, that power that is inside of you that makes your heart beat. It's the same power that makes the sun rise every day, that makes the seasons change, that makes the flower open up, and that feeds the birds, the fish in the oceans. This source of power, it is in you. It is infinite and eternal, and its intention, what it wants, is the very best for you. But you have to demonstrate your willingness to grow and progress through this current challenge. So your first job is to become coherent and aligned with God's outcome. Not your perception or your desires, but to submit. Not thy will be done, but my will be done, but thine. It's an internal confession. Next, fulfillment. picturing the good outcome already accomplished. You might not know how. The how is not your concern right now. All you need to do is see the end picture. Feel it as real and tangible with an eye of faith that you can. First, creating the outcome in your mind's eye. If you can't see it, pray for this vision, for this imagination. Pray for the feeling of fulfillment, of having overcome what it is that's the obstacle. This is a great feeling. This is a feeling of success, overcoming a challenge. This is a very specific type of fulfillment. This emotional fulfillment in your mind's eye is what we talk about, what they mean when they say, begin with the end in mind. If you cannot see this outcome, humble yourself and ask the infinite power to inspire your subconscious to produce such images, such imagination, and such feelings, and then leave it. It will come. Your brain can't tell the difference anyway between reality and the feelings and images that will come, that you are now producing and creating. This uncertainty that things started out with, it's the birthplace of creation. Embrace it. And then 3, experience and feel yourself connected to that result and that power and that feeling. To the everything else, the emotions, the result, the reward, these emotions will make themselves evident as you experience this coherence and you're connected to the quantum. That's how you connect to the quantum, through experience. That's how you unlock the key of the universe to work on your behalf. You see, you are in the universe, and at the same time, the universe is in you. Together, you are as one, and you are connected to everything and everyone else through this great field of energy. All of God's creation is one frequency or another, including you. Realizing that these energies are connected and all of creation can come together and combine to solve your one little problem. It's not your problem. Then overcoming this problem becomes a work of nature, a natural thing. It's self-evident. This is the evidence of things not yet seen. This is the substance of faith working on your behalf. This is how you use faith to work for you. If you're lazy, this is the lazy man's way of getting stuff done. This is not begging a distant, far off God. This is recognizing what's already true and aligning with it. Thoughts create form. When you pray or affirm, see it and feel it as if it already exists. Third, keep doing it and persist without forcing. Persist and persist and persist. When Christ was speaking, he brought up the widow who wouldn't stop going to claim her justice from the judge. And she finally got it. This is exactly what we're talking about. You can never fail if you never give up on the objective. If you persist without forcing, this is the ultimate power that will move heaven on your behalf. Pray always. Don't let your intentions leave your consciousness, because results never show up on your timetable. Stay with the practice even when nothing seems to be happening. Don't battle negative thoughts. Just turn on the light by returning to God and the spiritual roots of thinking and communication. You can do this anytime, anywhere, while you're walking, while you're working, while you're talking. No special conditions are required. The Lord made the burdens light as they prayed always. They silently prayed. It wasn't out loud. No one could tell. You can do the very same thing. This is the secret to moving heaven, to touching heaven. When I say moving, I mean like I'm touched, like I'm moved in my heart. This persistence will touch the heart of heaven and move earth and anything in it. Number 4, add the accelerators. Okay? On purpose, not on accident. Surrender, gratitude, love, belief, trust, and service. Surrender and admit that you can't fix it alone and hand it over. Toss your burdens at His feet. Stay connected to the source, the same way that a light bulb stays connected to the electricity in order to shine. Love is the opposite and is the conqueror over all fear, any anger, every resentment or blame. Love and peace dissolve them. Just like light dissolves darkness, love dissolves disharmony. Culture your ability to love. Love life. Love problems. Love pain. Love trials and diverse temptations. Praise the Lord. Because they're all gifts. When you use the power of love, everything else that is not in alignment with God dissolves, disappears, and flees, because God is love. Make it your ultimate target, an object of affection. Learn how to empty your mind. Clear out the junk, especially grudges, blame, and any resentment. The what's in it for me those selfish whims. Make space for the solution and say goodbye to your ego. Now is the time to be a humble disciple. The whole point here is to not rely on yourself. The whole point here is to give in to a better way, not to hold firm to your own way. This will happen when you have demonstrated you are 100% compliant with the true path forward. Because this road ahead may not be the one you envisioned, but it's your road ahead. Take it and be grateful for it. The next thing is gratitude. Thank God, not for the problem, but to do this with the precursor that the solution already exists in potential and the work is already underway. In fact, it's probably already solved in a different vibration currently going out in the quantum field. Put yourself in tune to that frequency, that vibration, and the problem is gone. As natural as anything in nature. A simply daily habit can help you. In the morning, you awake. I listen to the Golden Awakening every morning. I repeat it, word by word, phrase by phrase. I think about it. I combine it with actions. I might be rubbing my hand, my arm, my stomach, my eyes. In those moments when you are in between a wide awake and asleep, this habit of not opening your eyes and immediately looking at your phone, but residing in that place, thanking God for the divine qualities of life, wisdom, guidance, His ever-presence. And then in the evening, before you check out, your head hits the pillow and you're out of here. Notice any inner shifts, places you surrendered. Your body will communicate with you. So will your spirit. And turn it over to your subconscious. Let your conscious check out after you've passed the baton and surrendered. Next, generosity and service. When in life you are given lemons, keep asking, how can I serve? How can I make lemonade for people that need it? Instead of, this is really a shit show. What's in it for me? Because everything that you send out in life comes back. Everything you get is something that you put out there. Your generosity, your service, your cheerfulness is a real superpower here. People who stay plugged in to the source, they tend to carry a lightness and a brightness that everyone feels and recognizes, not just consciously, but subconsciously. That is the right vibration, the right frequency, the God vibration of generosity and cheerful service. The next concept is connection. Think about the word connection. Now see all the relations around you, the people, as partners, because we are connected. Everything inside this vast energy field, which is Earth, we see it as matter, but all matter is energy, and all energy is connected. They are partners. They are connections. They're not competitors. Share the burden and share the difficulty when it helps. That's what people are for. No man is an island. But stay in a heart of peace, always connected to the sweet, quiet spirit inside of you. The still, small spirit. You can choose peace in any circumstances in life, tranquility in any environment that you can be put in, because you are the indescribable joy beneath the terror and confusion. At the same time, guard and protect your spiritually minded and powerful emotions at all times. Persevere. Endure. Endure is not a word of pain and suffering. Endure is a word of strength and perseverance. Persevere in all things, and all things will come to you of their own volition. If it's yours, it's yours. If it's not, it will never come to you. For if it does not, don't chase it. Number 5, live fully, alive, in a way that whatever it is, it becomes automatic and natural. Make this way of spiritual thinking, these 5 steps, and communicating in this way with the divine source. Make it a background and a base habit rather than an emergency tool. When everything, when it just falls apart and then you think, oh, okay, I got to do this. No. This is life. This is the way you think. Let's go back over them again real quick. Number 1, changing the way that you look at problems and see them. Their real nature. What's the root? What's underneath? Number 2, the simple core practice of turning. Okay? Replacing. Light dispels darkness. Put your attention on God, the Spirit, the one true source. Be still. Confess, fulfill, and experience spiritually. Number 3, persist. Keep doing without forcing. It's the way that it is. Number 4, add the accelerators to the formula. Surrender, gratitude, praise, love, and service. And lastly, make spiritual thinking and communication a base habit. Live it so it becomes natural. 习惯成自然. What becomes a habit becomes natural. Morning affirmations like God is my life and my guide, they help to align you with your greatest good and prepare you for surrendering. Visualize living in a place of clear light and order, somewhere there is ever-present joy and peace. When you do, share the idea with someone. Keep it simple and humble. Stop thinking about the problem and think on God. Think on your eternal riches. Live it more than you preach it. This is the quiet testimony that actually works. The peace that subsides and endures. In conclusion, bottom line, this is spiritual science. This is not magic or superstition. Thoughts shape our experience. Align the mind with the good that's already present. Persist without strain. Add gratitude and service, and the outer situation tends to rearrange itself. Problems dissolve not because you force them, but because you stopped giving them the only power they ever had, your continuous attention, and you plugged into something larger instead. Practice this way of thinking and communicating with yourself and with the divine power as a way of walking through life rather than a one-time technique, and it will become a steady inner atmosphere rather than a last resort prayer. In this way, you will make your life a prayer to the Most High, Almighty, and you will align yourself to that infinite, awesome power which solves everything.